I don't remember anything like this. I don't remember anything like this that's happened in my lifetime. And I started working for the Justice Department in 1977. And I don't remember anything like this that's ever happened. It goes right to the heart of undermining the checks and balances of our system, the constitutional checks and balances. I knew he had a very expansive view of presidential power. Honestly, I didn't know that he believed what he wrote in that June 2018 memo when he was auditioning or whatever he was doing to become Attorney General, where he wrote that the president is the executive branch, in italics, is. This is the thing that I find quite incredible, and it would be funny if it weren't tragic, that he said in that memo exactly what President Trump has been saying and outraging people with the last few days, where he said repeatedly, I have the right to do this. I have the right to interfere in the Justice Department's handling of cases, but I didn't do it. But I have the right. Well, Bill Barr told him he had the right. Bill Barr apparently believes he has the right. And that is a gross and total departure from the way the department has been run since the Watergate reforms. I think the huge difference and why we're seeing what we're seeing now versus what we saw then in terms of as Attorney General is it's a question of who he is working for. And when your president is George H.W. Bush, probably the most buttoned down, thoughtful, institutionalized, careful, conservative person you could find, and you weren't going to sell him on the idea that he wanted to be king or an autocrat. That just wasn't in the cards. So you couldn't go too far off the rails in that direction. If, on the other hand, your president is someone who openly and almost daily aspires to have all power and do anything he wants, which is a phrase he uses, I think, it's a whole different situation. You know, when else are you going to get a chance to try to change the presidency into a near dictator, but when you have someone who wants to be a dictator? You know, and so this was the opportunity to do it. It doesn't mean it's been easy in the sense that now he's saying, you're making my job very difficult and I can't do it if you tweet. Well, you know, you take the sour with the sweet, and the fact is he's got a person that's letting him push a lot of agenda items that no other president would have ever allowed. He's mostly gotten away with it. He's managed to stonewall, so you don't get any information. We don't need an appropriation. We'll let the president interfere in criminal cases. If there's a special counsel, well, they probably don't even have a right to exist. And if they do, I'll just overrule whatever it is they said. That's what's going on. And so that's why he needs to resign. And I think probably after what's gone on the last 10 days or so, and what may go on for the next however many days, people are going to understand that he left office because he got nailed for trying to create an autocracy. That's why he's leaving office. That's the bottom line. And I don't think the next person, whoever they are, however good or bad they may be, I don't think this particular gambit is going to be one they can get away with if this man leaves, because his effort to create an autocratic president was rejected by the people. I lived through it in the 70s, and I watched what happened, and I watched the lack of trust, and I watched it being restored. And it's worked really well. It's worked really well, and it isn't time to ruin it. And that's why I'm speaking out, because somebody needs to.